This was sad news. The Monkees, Peter Tork, passed away yesterday. He was 77 years old at a family home in Connecticut following a decade-long battle with adenoid cystic carcinoma. It's a rare cancer of the salivary glands. He was here a few years back in 2012 and was just the nicest guy. It was a really great interview. We enjoyed hanging out with him.
We're big Monkees fans. I mean, I have a number of Monkees songs on, now I see it on my iPod and my music collection, let's just say that, yeah. So it's super talented guy.
Tork is the second member of the Monkees to die following the February 29, 2012 death of Davy Jones, of course, who died of a heart attack. He was 66 years old. Tork, who celebrated his birthday on February 13th, was cast as the naive and dim-witted bassist on the Emmy Award-winning NBC musical comedy, which ran during only the 1966 and 67 seasons.
Yet the legend lives on.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because he himself, was one of the more acerbic members of the group there, and here he is playing the dullard,
Yep. Tork had made a name for himself in the Greenwich Village folk scene, performing with various members of the Lovin' Spoonful and briefly dating Mama Cass Elliott. It was Stephen Stills, a friend from his folk days, who convinced him to audition for the Monkees pilot. What is this we're playing?
I Know Love. This is a Peter Tork song, apparently.
He was not one of the... he only sang on a couple of songs, and they weren't any hits.
Did he sing on Angie Griselda?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
He was the lead singer of that. So during his original 4-year stint with the band, he sang lead on songs like Steve said, Angie Griselda and Shades of Grey. Out of all the group's members... Tork was by far the most musically accomplished. He played guitar, bass, banjo, and keyboards during the group's 60 shows and recording sessions.
I remember it used to be a litmus test, Preston, who was your favorite? It's the same with the Beatles, and they were called the Prefab Four, the Monkees. I was always a Mickey guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
However, it was Tork's songwriting on such tracks as the Monkees' outgoing theme song, For Pete's Sake. We were just talking about that the other day. And Can You Dig It from their 1968 Head soundtrack that made him stand apart from his more popular bandmates. Marissa actually pulled up a couple of segments from the interview we did, Casey.
Yeah, I got them.
And let's see if you can, we'll play one. This is, it says Peter Tork intros himself. So I haven't listened to these yet. I'm not sure what they are, but here we go. Our next guest.
WMMR's thrilled to the point of nausea to present me, Peter Tork.
That is the first time we've ever had a guest introduce himself. I'm impressed.
I just can't trust you guys.
Here's another clip. It says humble about the Monkees. There we go. Shoe Suede Blues.
Shoe Suede Blues. Thank you, Steve.
And how long has that band been together?
I don't even know for sure. Something like 13 or 14 years.
Okay,
a little bit more or less. And I can't possibly go on without letting you know that we do some songs from that group I used to belong to.
Yes, yeah.
Which will remain anonymous.
Not for too long.
Monkees Anonymous.
Monkees Anonymous.
I tell you what.
I'm Peter. I'm a recovering monkey. I had a slip last summer.
Did you? You got back on?
Again last summer, yes.
By the way, I loved the name of his band, Shoe Suede Blues.
Yeah,
that's a great name.
So he was battling this thing, and I know we have some more clips there, Preston. But so was he had to have it when he was here with us, because I think it was a number of years, right?
Yeah, I read he was diagnosed in 2009.
All right.
So he was here in 2012.
Right.
Here's him talking about, because Davey had passed away the year that we had him by, so this is him talking about that.
It was sad. I miss him. We're showing in the studio a picture of the two of us jamming together, cranking on the keyboard, and Josie's cranking on the tambourine. You know, the David Letterman top 10 list had Davy Jones listed as among the top 10 tambourine players of all time at numbers 8 and 3.
8 and 3.
Oh, that's great. And then one more clip, and this is Peter. They all got a chance to meet the Beatles at one point, and they were just blown away by that. So here's him talking about that. Speaking of the Beatles, were you as intimidated as one might be when you guys had the chance to early on in your career, as you were hitting, though,
had a chance to have an audience with those guys?
Well, it's interesting. We met there was an arranged kind of function, and we got to hang out with them for an evening, and it was pretty easygoing.
Good.
It was Mickey, John Lennon, and George Harrison came in singing the Hare Krishna chant, only going Mickey, Mickey, Dolan's, 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 Mickey, Dolan's, Mickey, Dolan's.
Are you kidding?
No, yeah, and so it was all very easygoing, and to this day, Mickey hangs with Paul and says, what a great guy he is.
Oh, that's cool.
And then months later, I ran across John on the street and got tongue-tied.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, because
So sad news that he passed away. There's statements from all kinds of people in the world of music. I'll get to those a little bit later on in music news. So it's just sad. We were bummed out to hear that.
Well, also you did the series and then the movie they did Head, which was written by Jack Nicholson. And so all those the whole collective hung out. There's a lot of pop culture that came out of that nexus, that Monkees nexus.
Yeah, sad news.